Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening once again. Welcome back to my channel. And we are back with a new activity, making a self-driving car using Quarky. Right, so let's get on with it. Now, as you can see, I've already launched my PictoBlox and we are going to go straight into the code. Now, to begin with, we are going to make use of an extension. So we go to our add extension and we are going to make use of a very important extension, recognition cards. So as you can see, it helps to identify objects using pre-trained cards. So we are going to click on that and the models are being loaded. So we wait a few seconds for the models to load. Then we get into our code. Right, now our models are loaded. So we get on with it. So to begin with, we'll start with our events palette. So we'll start with the block when green flag is clicked. So when green flag is clicked. So that is what we begin with. Next will be for us to turn on our video. So we go to our recognition cards extension. We turn on our video on stage with 0% transparency. Next will be for us to show our bounding box. So that is going to help us to identify the various signs and landmarks that will be needed in our self-driving car activity. Next will be for us to set the detection threshold. As we mentioned in our previous video, that is going to be the confidence that our machine will be able to give us the answer. Now that we have set that, we would go on with our control palette, where we would make use of our forever block. Now, within our forever block, we are going to analyze image from the camera. So analyze image from the camera. So we are going to set it to the stage. Right. Now that we are done, what we are going to say is that we want certain actions to be performed and we are going to make use of conditions. So we are going to use the if, then, else conditions. So what we are going to say is that if the go signal is detected, then we want Quarky to move forward. So as you can see, we don't have our robot extension here. So we have to go to our board and select Quarky. So as you can see, we have our board here. We select Quarky. So once we select Quarky, so let's close that. When we are ready, we'll connect Quarky to PictoBlox. So we go to our robot and we pick the go forward at 100% speed for 1 second. So this is what we have, right? Then we want it to continue. So we are going to add more conditions. So let's add another if then else. So we'll say that if, so we say that if the left turn is detected, if the turn left is detected, then we want it to move forward. So we are going to change the forward to left. So if the turn left is detected, we want it to turn left at 100% speed for, then we are going to set another condition using if then else. So we are going to say that If the turn right signal is detected, so if the turn right signal is detected, then we go to our robot palette, then it should go forward. So we are going to change that. So it should turn to the right at 100% speed for 0 seconds. Right. So that is it. Then finally we say else we want the robot to stop. Else we want the robot to stop. So this is what we have for our code. We are going to test this to start with. So I'm going to turn off my zoom camera for the purposes of running the code. Right. Let me bring Toby down here. Okay. So let us turn on Quarky. Let us turn on Quarky and connect. So I have my Quarky here. So I'm going to turn it on. So I've turned my Quarky on, right? And I'm going to connect via Bluetooth, right? So my Quarky is now connected, right? So now I'll turn off my zoom camera and go on with the demonstration. So we are going to click on the green flag and see how it goes. Okay, so now we have clicked on our green flag. Let's see how it goes. So Quarky moves because we showed it to the camera continuously. It kept moving. So let us try it again. So, right. Let's try the left turn. So it turns left, right. Let's try the right turn. Right. Let's try it again. Let's try go. Let's try the left turn. Right. Let's try go. So that is that for our code, but we need to make it better. So we are going to make it better. Okay, so now we want to make it smarter, and we are going to include some displays to make it a little creative. So we are going to make use of the display, and we are going to pick display metrics, one for each. So one for each. So let's say for the first one, if the go sign is detected, we want a display metrics to show it. So as you can see, this is looking like what you see on the Quarky. So we are going to just do a display there. So I click on black and fill. So we are going to use the red to try and do a sign. So something like this. And this. So this sign will be there, right? So we'll put this display. So I'll take another display matrix for the 10 left, and I'm going to use blue for this. So first, let me fill this, and I'll use blue for this. So let me see. So we use this for the 10 left. This here, right? Then we take another display matrix for the 10 right. So let's fill this. Let's fill this. Then we use this. So this is how it's going to look for the 10 right. So let's put this here. Then we'll use one last one for the stop. So for the stop, we can do all of this red. Can fill all of this red. Right. Then we'll put this on top here. Right. So let's run this and see how it goes. So let's run our code and let's see. So Quarky moves. Right. So 10 right. 10 right is 10 right. Let's change it. So 10 left is 10 left. Let's change it. Should go. So as you can see, so that is that for our self-driving car. So finally, we want to try it out on a smartphone, make it work on a smartphone. So as you can see, our Quarky is still not self-driving because we have to show the cards and all. So we want to be able to make it work on a smartphone. So we are going to do that. Then we'll try to position some cards on the track for it to move, for at least we to show it self-driving. So we are going to use that. So in the Quarky box, there is this part in it which we call the mobile holder. So that's how they are, the mobile holders. They are two. So if you look at it, you turn it, you see some two arrows here. So that is going to take the front part. So we hook it. So it takes the front part like this. Then we hook it. So that's how it goes. Then we take the second one. Then we look for the where the arrow shows. So the arrow is showing here. So then we turn it. Then we also hook this one. Right. So now we have the two fixed so well. So that is where our mobile is going to be placed. So in between here. So we go on to our phone and try to put our code in there and see how it goes. So let us go with our phone. So we turn our phone on. So we have our PictoBlox here. So once we go to our PictoBlox, I believe we can see. So we have my space. So we go to my space. So we start a new project. So this is our PictoBlox, as you can see. Right. So we are going to put our code together. We are going to put our code together. So we are going to begin with our event palette, just as we did on the computer. So we'll start with when green flag is clicked. So when green flag is clicked, so the next thing would be for us to so we need our extension, right? We need to add our extension. So let's add our extension. That is recognition cards. So it is loading up, right? So now we'll use the turn on video on stage with 0% transparency. The next would be to go for show bounding box. So we want our bounding box to show. The next would be to go for set detection threshold to 0.6. Then we go for our forever block, right? Then within our forever block, we are going to analyze image from camera. So once we have that, what we will do is we will make use of our conditions to set our actions. So we are going to the control block. We use if then else. So let's scroll it up a bit. So what we will see is that if the goal is detected, then so over here we are going to turn on our board. So from the mobile, turn on our board here, you tap here, then we select Quarky. That will enable us to be able to get the robot and the display extensions or palettes. So we go to the robot, then we take go forward at 100% speed, 1 second. So we'll make use of another control, that is a condition if then else here. Then we'll say if the 10 left, so we say if the 10 left is detected, then the robot should 10 left at 0.5 seconds, right? Then we make use of another condition. So if then else, right here, let's push this up a bit. Then we'll say if the right signal, right turn, So we say if the right turn, if the turn right is detected, then we want it to go forward. So we change this to right. At 0.5 seconds. Else we want it to stop. Right. So let's put this display here. So can put the display here. We can put this display here. I want it to show happy emotion. Let me see, love emotion. Alright, so let's test our code and see. Before we do that, we have to turn on our camera. So we go to settings, we go to video. So camera 1 is our that is the front camera. Camera 2 is the back camera. So that is what we'll set it to. Then we turn back. Right. So we are ready to run our code. We are ready to run our code. Okay, so we are ready to run our code. So let's turn on our Quarky and connect it to the Bluetooth. So let's turn on Quarky. So we have turned on Quarky. So Quarky is now on, and we are going to connect it to the Bluetooth. So let's connect. So turn on. Okay, so now let's connect to the Bluetooth. Okay, so our Bluetooth is now connected. As you can see, the green light is on. So we are going to run our code and see how it goes. So our camera is now on. So I'm going to fix the phone right here. So I'm going to bring it back. So let's see how it goes. The first sign. At a time. So that is how our self-driving car has been made. Thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.